It says, "What is Buga talking about? One trick pony? Nico Williams is literally mini Vinny, same profile. I'll let
Vinicius Junior is a one-trick pony. Vinicius Junior is literally a one-trick pony. He does
you,
nothing else than like go and run into space.
I want to get your thoughts on Nico Williams, especially because there's some people who said he's overrated. There's some people who are really excited about him, and there's like no in between. I kind of roasted a few fellows that I know from going to their show that they're Madridistas, right? And they went on to their Galacticos podcast and they went on to a rant and saying that Nico Williams is mid and that Nico Williams is trash. They go as far as to saying that he's trash. But Barcelona fans were all really excited about Nico Williams and coming in and such a great player, such a great stud. What are your thoughts, especially on Nico Williams as a player?
I think Nico Williams, you're going to kill me with this, but I think that Nico Williams, the best way that I can say it right now, he's a very, 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 very good one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
he's exactly the pony that we need. You know what I mean? Like he's a player, he's a winger that he does one thing and he does that thing very well. And he's drive onto space with amazing amount of pace. That's literally what we need. And I'm sure that he can grow into more than that because he's like 22. And he can play on both wings. He can do many things, Nico Williams. He has a great shot. He has a good dribble. He's very good. But for me, the one thing that we needed is that the pace through the wing to open up the width in the game, in the pitch. And that's the right thing that we needed. So for us, Nico Williams, I think will be really, really good. About the player itself, I think there are better left wingers in the world, but but if I'm just talking about Nico Williams, I think he's the best signing we could make. That doesn't speak wrongly about him. It speaks very good that we're getting him because he's Spanish. He's friends with everyone in the dressing room. I think he's gonna fight for the club. I think he fits very well. I think he's the best signing we can make right now.
Yeah. So like as far as chemistry, there's no doubt. The story came out that he regrets not joining Barcelona, and it just to me it just makes perfect sense in the sense that he was supposed to come to Barca last season. He ended up not coming in because he didn't get the guarantees that he wanted, and we all saw the Dani Olmo kind of thing. So that proves him right in a sense. But I think that he regrets coming here because one, I think Barcelona goes on and wins basically everything in there is to win locally. And they went on a big run in the Champions League. And Nico Williams has no experience in the Champions League. So I think he would have wanted to have that experience. And at the end of the day, I think that in the Euro Cup, I think that he was thought of as a elite type of winger. And what happened after that? He went back to Bilbao, and they didn't win anything. They competed for the Europa League, but at the end of the day, like it kind of you don't see him anymore because he's really just playing for this club that doesn't win anything. They're competing for Champions League spots, and at the end of the day, like I think he's very underrated. Because I know right now there's some hype with him because he's coming to Barca, but I think he's very underrated in the sense that we don't see him because he plays for Bilbao. When he plays for Spain, he plays amazing, and everybody gets all like really excited about him because he can get to show with much better players. He gets to show with Pedri, with Lamine, and also like this whole Spain squad is just loaded to me. And I think that when he plays for Barca, he regrets not coming because I think he would right now, had he had the kind of season, we all saw the kind of season that Rafinha had with Flick on the left wing. So he's looking at that and saying, man, I probably missed out on playing with Hansi Flick on that system that could have probably I could have probably shined even more than what I am right now. And I think that even he thinks that it kind of stunned his growth a little bit by not coming to Barcelona.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like a what's the word? I think it's like it depends because I think on his mind he did it. We all knew that maybe he stayed to try and win the Europa League with his brother. If they actually won the Europa League together, I think that would immortalize Nico Williams as a legend for Bilbao.
Yeah,
I think that's a fact, and I think that he opted for that because maybe he thought that Barcelona could go for Iniesta again, and at the end of the day, maybe he got what he wanted. He stayed that extra year. He didn't win it. If he would have won it, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And then he would have come in, and that would be even better. But now I think it's fair to say that he could regret the move from last year, because of course what he could have done under Flick would have been amazing, but maybe it could actually be better, because now imagine that Nico Williams came last year with Rafinha. Maybe Rafinha wouldn't grown into the player that we now love.
Yeah,
it's sort of like it needed to happen. It needed to happen that he didn't come last year, because now Rafinha, I think it's appreciated much more.
It says, what is Buga talking about? One trick pony? Nico Williams is literally mini Vini, same profile.
Vinícius Jr. is a one trick pony. Vinícius Jr. is literally a one trick pony. He does nothing else than like go on right into space.
Yeah, I know, and Vinícius Jr. has made a career I think Vinícius Jr. is Vinícius Jr. because he plays for Real Madrid. Real Madrid has a great system, knows how to get the best out of players, and I think that Vinícius Jr. in any other club I just don't feel like he would be the same, bro.
Yeah, they literally won a Champions League saying pass the ball to Vini, and that's how they won. And that's not wrong, because he's a good player in doing that. But fair play. I think Nico Williams will do better.
Yeah, Shay Mecca says Williams will be a different kind of animal. Our Real Madrid fans are just hoping for his failure. I do see that. I do see a lot of it, because my point when I roasted my friend Will on Football Carnage, right, the Galacticos podcast, I went on a rant saying, because okay, one thing is to say that the player is it's not as good as people think he is, or you can tell me that he's overrated. I can buy that. But when you say he's trash, like, you don't make the Spain national team by being trash. Like, you don't make it and then start and then one of the stars for the Spain national team just by doing that. And also he has shined with Bilbao a lot of times, and many times, and one of the reasons why we want to get that player. And to me, why am I so excited? I'm not so excited about Nico just because of what Nico brings to the table. I'm excited because I feel like what you said, it's really what we need for that Inter Milan game. We were lacking more creativity on the left side. As soon as Rafinha moved to the middle, we saw Barcelona creating more chances at the end of the game in overtime. And I think Rafinha got really neutralized on the left, not gonna lie. And I think sometimes, because that's not his natural position, I think he loses his edge when he's down on the left. Now Nico can do that. Nico can play really wide and can open up spaces in the middle. What do you think Flick is gonna do as far as using them both?
I think you said it. I think it's gonna be Rafinha on the middle. I think it's gonna be Nico on the left, and I think it's gonna be Lamine on the right. But I'm so happy that this happens this season and not the last season, because, like I told you, if this happened last season, it would be Nico, Olmo, and Lamine. But because Rafinha had that season last year and he has grown into the player, now Rafinha is going through the middle, and I have no doubt he will be a good player for the middle.